we are reporting the information that is confirmed from local law enforcement agencies. We would never report rumors, but this is a rumor that the Forsyth County Sheriff's Office wants us to tell you about to dispel. So here's why we're going to read that. Christina Howell with the Forsyth County Sheriff's Office says people have heard that the shooter or the suspect is knocking on doors and targeting people when they answer. The Sheriff's Office said that's not happening. There are no other shooting incidents reported other than at Mount Tabor, where again we can confirm one student was injured and is being treated at the hospital. We don't know the extent of his or her injuries, but we're working on that information for you, and parents can pick up their students who are being transported by bus now to the Harris Teeter on Peace Haven Road. It's no longer the Robin Hood YMCA. And Ben, I think some of these locations are changing and some of this information is changing because police are still looking for the suspect. And they need to secure not only the school, which they have done already, but the surrounding area. We are 17 months into this COVID-19 pandemic here in the U.S. And again, it feels we are taking one step forward and two steps back. You are seeing some cities and schools reimpose masking, and I know it's frustrating to see these trends, especially if you've been taking precautions. New COVID cases are spiking, hospitalizations are rising, yet vaccination rates are barely budging. Today, labs just confirmed nearly 2,200 new cases, dropping about 1,000 from yesterday, which is good. But they make up 10.6% of total cases. That is double the state's positivity target of 5% or fewer to know the spread is slowing. Sadly, every day someone dies from COVID-19 in our state. The death toll now stands at 13,670 in just North Carolina. And more than 1,300 people are currently hospitalized with COVID, the 23rd straight increase. We are seeing that trend on the local level too. Cone Health here reports treating 48 COVID patients today, the most since late May. And that's when we were on the downhill slope heading into summer. This increase as of late looks eerily similar to last September, when we also saw nearly 50 patients in hospitals. And look what happened after that. COVID patients only increased, peaking after the new year and putting hospitals near capacity. Back in September, vaccines weren't available. Now they are. So what is the deal? Health experts blame the contagious Delta variant combined with vaccine refusal. The state reports only 58% of everyone eligible 12 and up is fully vaccinated. That is low compared to the CDC's reported 67% nationally. Time and again, physicians emphasize vaccines are the way out of this pandemic. Yes, there are rare breakthrough cases of vaccinated people contracting COVID, but experts, as you've heard, say they almost never end up hospitalized or dying from the virus. Campaign 2020 is now Senate 2021. Polls are back open in Georgia right now, and those voters are deciding the fate of the U.S. government. I'll explain why in a moment. First, the reason these runoffs are happening. Georgia law requires a candidate to get 50% of the vote to win the election. That didn't happen in either of its Senate races in November. So Republican incumbent Senator David Perdue will again face Democrat Jon Ossoff. And Republican Senator Kelly Loeffler will take on Democratic challenger Reverend Raphael Warnock. Loeffler is currently the appointed replacement of Senator Johnny Isakson, who retired in 2019. She now needs to win election from voters to finish out that term. That is the reason both of Georgia's U.S. Senate seats are up at the same time. Normally, they're staggered. All that aside, why do you care what happens in Georgia? This is why the two Senate runoffs here in Georgia will decide the party in control of the entire U.S. Senate and potentially all of Congress for at least the next 2 years. That's because the House is also staying Democrat controlled, and the presidency too will be Democrat. Georgia historically flipped blue in November for President-elect Joe Biden, although President Donald Trump contests those results. Here's why that matters. A president has a much easier time getting his agenda through a Congress that is fully controlled by the same party. So let's take a closer look at the current Senate map based on the November election results here in the U.S. Senate. Democrats need both of Georgia's seats for a 50-50 tie, which would in essence give them the majority, because Democrat Vice President-elect Senator Kamala Harris would cast a tiebreaker vote in matters that require one. Republicans need at least one of these seats to take a slim majority. But this election is important not only to political policy, it's also going to affect the economy. Generally, investors tend to like balance in Washington, so we'll have to watch the stock markets tomorrow too.